Today we are going to talk about multiplying fractions. We will start with some models showing how the multiplication of fractions works through models. From those models, we will gather our equation, and then we will be able to apply an equation, which is a little bit quicker than the models moving forward. But I would like you to see the models to start. We are going to use the same problem throughout today. That means that we will use the same numbers, the same fractions, so our answer should be the same every time. We are just going to look at 3 different ways to get that one answer. So we're going to start with a bar model. Our problem is that Farmer Smith has 4/5 acre of land. Okay, so not quite one whole acre, 4/5 acre of land. He plows 2/3 of this land. We want to know how much did he plow. So we're going to go ahead and start by drawing a bar model. Now, my equation for this is 2/3 of 4/5. So 2/3 of the land is 4/5. Okay. So we've got 2/3 of 4/5. So I'm going to start with this 4/5. And because that is my entire land, that is what I'm working with. All right. So here is my land. So I've got 0/5. I've got 1/5. I've got 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and 5/5. Now, again, Farmer Smith does not have one full acre. This would be one full acre. He has 4/5 of an acre. So I'm going to go ahead and circle that here. We are sticking to 1, 2, 3, 4 parts of our 1 acre. All right. Now, from each of that, we need 2/3 of that 4/5. So I can go ahead and break up each of my fifths into thirds. Now I can count that off as well. This would be, so if we counted here, we would have a total of 1, 2, 3, all the way. We would have 15 total parts because we just took 5 parts and divided it into 3 sections each. So this would be 0/15. This would be 1, 2, 3/15, 4, 5, 6/15, 7, 8, 9/15, 10, 11, 12/15, and 13, 14, 15/15. Okay, so each one of these little green ones is a 15th, but we use 2 of each third. So I use this one and this one, this one and this one. So within each fifth, I use 2 of the thirds that I broke it into. Here, 2 more, and then I don't need this because I haven't used it. Okay, that's not part of my land. So I just use the land that I have. So now I have 4/5. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and in each of those I've used 2 thirds. So now all I need to do is actually count up how many parts I have. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 shaded parts out of a total of 15 parts. So I have plowed 8/15 acre. Again, so I broke my land up. I divided it into parts. So I took each of these and just broke them apart. I had 4/5, which we can see circled here in pink. And then I had 2/3 of each of those, add it all up, and I've got 8/15. All right. So that's one way to model how we get our product in fraction multiplication, I'm going to show you another model that we can use, and that's called the area model. So again, I'm going to use the same equation, 2/3 times 4/5. So I'm going to go ahead and make an area model. So up here, I'm going to break it into 2/3. Okay, so I broke this into three parts. I am using 2 of those parts. Okay, he plowed 2 of those 3 parts. Now I need to go the other way. This is just like when we use that box method. We multiplied 2/3 times 4/5. So now here I need to divide this into 5 parts. And here I use 4 of those 5 parts. So I use this one and this one, 3, 4. And that's it. Now I need to see where my 2/3 and my 4/5 overlap. And that would be here. This is only my 2/3, so that doesn't overlap. And this is only my 4/5, my green, so that does not overlap. So all that overlaps are these little squares. And I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 8 of them. And then out of a total of, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Again, my answer is that he plowed 8/15 of an acre. So my answer is the same. This is called a bar model. This is called an area model. Now, there is a way more simpler, way more efficient way to solve multiplication with fractions. So I'm going to show you the equation now. But these models show you kind of where that answer comes from. All right, so let's get down to it. Let's use our equation. So we're going to stick with the same equation. We're using the same problem. Farmer Smith has 4/5 acre of land. He plows 2/3 of this land. How much did he plow? So again, he plows 2/3 of his 4/5 acre. To multiply fractions, I simply multiply across. 2 times 4 equals 8. Then I multiply my denominators. 3 times 5, 15. And that's it. If I can simplify this, I will. But in this case, I cannot divide 8 and 15 by the same thing. So therefore, my answer, just like in the other problems, the other examples, is 8/15 acre. So again, when I go straight to my equation, I make sure that I have my fractions correct. I put my numerators up top, my denominators on the bottom, and all I do is multiply across. Multiply my numerators, write the product, multiply my denominators, get the product, simplify if I can, otherwise leave it be.